I'm Ashley Nader. I am one of the founders of Fini. Currently, the role I play inside the organization is, I guess, like CEO slash head of product. So help kind of getting us off the ground, day-to-day logistics, and then building and scaling the technology piece of the company.
So what inspired you to create the app?
Awesome. So I started building Fini with my partner during COVID, surprise, surprise, in a moment, right, where everyone was locked in their homes and everyone really lacked a lot of motivation, community, accountability, and connectivity, right? So started building Fini primarily as a mutual point of connection, right? And offering that, right? Giving people a way to interact with one another, hold each other accountable, and work towards a shared goal, right? Whether it's, hey, let's actually leave our house and like walk a mile, let's do, 100 jump ropes, or let's learn mindfulness or meditation, right? All in an effort and an aim to help people live happier, healthier lives by the using technology for good.
Yeah, especially during coronavirus, it was, difficult and lonely at times. What were some of the challenges you faced?
Hugely lonely, right? And at the time, right, everyone was pretty much locked in their homes. There wasn't really much that you could do or places that you could really go. So Finney really became that central point, both for me as an individual to kind of interact with my friends in a way that wasn't like texting them or the hours that people spend on FaceTime or on Zoom, right? Kind of giving a different way to have that engagement. And what was really interesting is like right now we're about 3 years post pandemic, right? People are out and about, moving, going places, doing things. And I think that, this idea of loneliness, while it has shifted from, being forcefully locked in your home by the government, right, to now kind of being a little bit more free, but loneliness is in itself a pandemic,
Right.
right? Now we might be able to leave our houses and go places and do things, but when you really think of the biggest shift being the way in which we work, right? Prior to the pandemic, a lot of people were in offices 40, 50, 60 hours a week. They were commuting to and from jobs, right? You had more opportunities to build community and engagement and have these interactions both online and offline. And what we've recognized building Finney is that even though we're now living in a post-pandemic world where you're not lonely because you're forced in your home and isolated in that way, loneliness is growing because now we've lost a lot of these interactions and these day-to-day encounters that we were having to help us combat loneliness, right? So I think that's a huge pillar of where we aim to position Finney and grow Finney, right? Is in really helping people not only with their physical health, but with their mental health too, right? Whether that's loneliness, depression, anxiety, right? Just the lack of motivation to get out of your bed and move your body and do something good, right? And really recognizing as well that, how you feel physically is very much rooted in how you feel mentally and vice versa, right? So finding a way to really bridge that gap and provide the end consumer this very like holistic and central experience around that, right? Where we really want to pillar ourselves and helping you be happier and healthier and move your body. And whether it's finding a community to support you in that, right? Holding yourself accountable or finding people to motivate you towards that shared goal, right? Through this concept currently of right, like a challenge of like, hey, let's all get out and walk our 10,000 steps a day, or hey, if you're really into running, let's commit to running 300 miles a month or whatever that is for you, and finding ways to connect and build a community around them. So it's available for free on the iOS and the Android store. You can download it today. Coming into Finney, right, you can either join active challenges and active communities inside the product, whether that's 6 a.m. sunrise yoga, a step challenge, a run club challenge that's existing, or on the tail end of that, if you are a creator, whether that's a yoga instructor, a fitness, a life coach, any form of a health and wellness professional, right? You can also come to Finney and create content and distribute, whether it's a piece of content, an on-demand, educational course, live teacher trainings, live programming, whether it's on Zoom, online, or even in the real world, right? And give you a medium for distributing your content and helping create exposure and awareness for the health and wellness services that you're bringing to market in that sense. And right now, what we're working on too is actually a paid version of Fini, which is an investment in a membership for you, right? And through that investment, it'll unlock more tools and functionality that are available in the app. We're also working on kind of like a member perks directory and benefits, so you can get discounts, special offers, etc., on products, brands, and services to help you be healthier and happier in what you're doing. And hopefully one day as well, a marketplace where you can actually buy and shop those products directly within the app to really provide you, right, that centralized experience, all centered around your health and your wellness.
So when I was setting up the interview with you, I reached out and told you a little bit about my story, living with bipolar disorder too. And then you wrote in it saying you're never alone and all that, and that always makes you feel good. How important is it, just the little words of encouragement, especially, inside the app, to help people?
I think that's huge, right? And I think that as individuals and as collectives, right, we don't really recognize the value that those like little nudges of positive encouragement and motivation and how they contribute to our mental state and well-being, right? I'm a believer in something that's really ingrained into Fini's DNA, and everything we do, right, is in that positive uplifting, right? We want to bring people up. Through technology, through the experience that we're building, through the brand that we're creating, and the community that's growing around us, right? That is kind of like a rooted pillar of what we do through building that community, right? Is uplifting and bringing people up, whether it's, hey, here's this incredible brand that's like doing good for the world and your body that, we want to uplift. And here are incredible creators that are, sharing their practice and educating in the space around, breath work, meditation, yoga, movement, just like life coaches, right? And there's power in words, and there's power in the right words too, right? And those mantras of repetition to yourself, right? Like, I believe that everyone is great in their own way, and sometimes you don't see it, and you need a little bit of encouragement to help you recognize, right, that value in you and the positivity that you're bringing to the world and that is surrounding you in your life.
How does it feel when you talk to people who are using the app and it's helping them?
That's why I do what we do, right? I fully believe in this. And people ask me all the time, like, why are you building Fini? Like, what is your end goal? And I wish I could say it was to make millions and millions of dollars and like be this next big thing. And if that happens, amazing, right? Because that helps me amplify the platform, the mission, the goal. But really what motivates me and makes me show up for this every day is helping people, right? It's having someone see that light in them, someone coming to our platform and feeling this moment of expansion in their career and in their life of, hey, I can do this. Like, I can be bigger than what I am today, right? It's the people that, are like struggling to really leave their house and find ways to move their body. And hey, I found this community of people that are holding me accountable and motivating me. Hey, I made a friend through one of your events and one of your experiences, right? It's that connection of the human experience, right? Which is really what this is all rooted in. It's rooted in community, connection, and those relationships that we form, right? And I think that if I can amplify the scale at which we can help people foster these digital interactions, relationships, and experiences, and then translate them to offline, like in real life relationships, right? Where maybe you met someone through a virtual yoga and then you went and did yoga in person and now you guys are like best friends, right? Like, that to me is the dream. Or even someone discovering mindfulness or meditation for the first time, right? And then maybe they go on to actually learn how to be an instructor and a facilitator for that. And right, there's a massive ripple effect that happens through what we're doing, right? And uplifting everyone in this space through Fini.
So where do you want to see the app in the next few years?
Where do I want to see Fini in the next few years? I would love for it to be the de facto go-to place where if you are struggling with something, whether it's physically or mentally, right, and you want to improve it, that's the place that you think about going. Right? Of like, hey, I really want to learn yoga. Like, you come to Fini. Hey, I am, struggling with my mental health, and I'm looking for a resource in a community. And you go to Fini to search for that and find whether it's that community, that individual, that practitioner, right? That person to learn from, to hold you accountable for, and to motivate you towards that, right? There's this saying a lot that people say, like, you can't improve what you can't measure. right? And I want Fini to help you measure that, right? How you're feeling, how you're doing, how your body's moving, and hold you accountable for that and motivate you to reach wherever that is that you want to get in your life, right? And really become that central hub for it, right? You think about it today, like even if you have like you struggle with acne, right? Like how you look really contributes to how you feel mentally, right? And if you don't have health insurance and you don't know where to go get treatment for your acne, right? Like I want Fini to be that place of, hey, come here, discover, the best brands that actually don't even require insurance that you can get delivered to your door and in your home, and start a treatment plan so that you can start to feel better about how you look, right? And discover that, because there's not really a core place for that discovery today, right? Or, hey, I want to get into shape. Like I, really want to start working out. Like come to Fini to find yourself like a program that works for you, or a community that you're going to go run with, and then also shop and buy the products and the services that are going to help support you on that, right? Whether it's like a really slick workout outfit that you're going to like look good and feel great in doing your workout, or maybe you just like need a jump rope and you're going to jump rope, for 5 minutes a day, or whatever it is, right? That's really kind of the end all be all, is being that central place for people to come get and discover health and wellness.